let's jump into some situations that the Jets got going on, and maybe they can,
Sure.
you can talk a few things through. What are some of the highs and what are some of the lows that you've had as a Jets fan in your life?
Oh man, there's so many lows and a few highs. The
Just what are
ones that
some
I
what
can
are some for
honestly,
the lows? Just pick a few. We do have
the
to leave
lows,
sometime tonight.
man, I would say you're looking at like the butt fumble, not just because it's just such a stupid play. And I was like, the play could happen to anybody, but it happened to us. So it's like, it's the Jets.
Yeah, but
So,
to
Right.
me, I never thought the butt fumble was like as bad as it
I mean,
was portrayed to
me
be.
either. It was just, it's just
Pretty
it's the
bad, bro.
LOL Jets, that's just how it goes. I would
Pretty
say
bad.
play four of last year, Rodgers blowing the Achilles. I
Oh,
think
I
that was
mean, it's
I
pretty
mean,
rough.
there's no massive high to unbelievable low that I've ever experienced between that little bit. The hype, hard knocks, training camp, all of it, flag running on the field, boom, down. And then
Traumatic.
then I would just say like the weird period between like before Sanchez and a little bit after Sanchez. The Tebow period was crazy. We had like seven different quarterbacks. I mean, Fitzpatrick throwing, I think it was four interceptions in one half to take us out of the playoffs wasn't good. You know, yeah, there's so many.
Okay, well, not to get too dark too quickly. What are
Sure.
the
Hold on, but
highs?
what are some of the highs? Yeah, what are some of the highs?
Some of the highs, I would say the 29 to, excuse me, 2009 to 2012, that team that went back to back AFC championships with Sanchez was cool to see.
With
Um,
Tomlinson and Revis?
yeah, Revis, Thompson, Cromartie, Santonio Holmes, and where we beat the Patriots in Foxborough, the can't wait game. That was big. I mean, we were half away against the Colts and a few plays away from the Steelers from being in the Super Bowl both times. So,
Mm.
I mean, I would say that. Then actually watching McAfee and watching Rodgers talk about how he wants to play for the Jets, which we don't really hear very often.
That was electric, bro. I watched McAfee because of Rogers was on that show, and when he
Yeah,
had that whole New York thing, it was really cool to see.
So that was the
Like,
greatest off season in New
I
York
would say
Jets
the off
history.
season, and then I would say that the in season was definitely that 2009 ish team, and then honestly, dude, that's about it. There was not much else. That's all I really got is like four or
okay,
five
no.
plays.
To keep it positive though, what are some of the best Jets players you've seen, in your opinion?
Man, I've
Like I
seen
think of like Curtis Martin, I think
Curtis
of
Moore,
Revis. Like
Brandon
that's what I think
Marshall.
of.
Stop
Brandon
playing.
Marshall, frequent Sawgrass Mall visitor. Um, so yeah, I would say like that Brandon Marshall Eric Decker combo was actually super lethal back in the day. Getting
Mm.
LT,
Yeah.
guys like Matt Forte, obviously he was really good with the Bears, and then obviously Revis Cromartie, and then of course Rogers and Devontae Adams. Shout out Devontae.
Not gonna lie,
Um,
bro. That's a fresh jersey, man. I'm not gonna
appreciate
lie.
that. Had to
Fresh off
get
the
it.
press.
I
Yeah,
think
straight up.
I'm telling you, I got the press downstairs. As soon as I got the news, I sizzled
He
it up.
sends you it. Remember
Yeah,
the
he said,
picture?
"Bro, I'm coming home. Don't worry. Don't kill yourself yet. I'm back." So, all right, cool. And then that would probably see like some of the better players that I've seen kind of come through. Like Brett Favre was kind of cool to watch in 2008 for like 80% of the season
A
until
little bit
he.
of time, yeah.
Yeah, but I would say, and then the Tebow thing was kind of cool too, like the hype around that, but never panned out.
All right, so just wrapping all the
Yeah.
history of the Jets for you, going into the next question. What has been the hardest part this season for you?
Oh man, having a team that's got so much talent that you could put into Madden and go 17-0 and win by fucking 40 every game. And watching like I said, they got talent, they don't have a team. There's no chemistry. And I
Mm.
think that we started to see a little bit of chemistry in the second half of Thursday night's game. And like we kind of spoke about real quick, like Rodgers had 32 yards in the first half. And he even said he's like, no one, I mean, I couldn't have played worse than that, and then came back out and was like, I think he was like 16 for 19 or something like that with two touchdowns, 211 yards, protected the football. Like everything that could go wrong did go wrong in the first half, and everything that could go right did go right in the second. So you kind of saw on the two plays with Tay where it was fourth down and he had like a little stutter and go, and then of course the touchdown too. So um, that's the most frustrating. But I feel like we'll kind of pick it up as we go.
So let me ask you something. Like, how different did you feel before this game compared to after this game?
Oh man, 2 wins with this talent and this stacked
Because
roster.
before this game, you were coming off the Patriots loss. It doesn't get
Yeah,
lower than that.
no, and it was just
You were at
that
rock
game in
bottom, buddy.
itself
That's why I
was.
had to check on you.
Yeah, you did, and I appreciate that. As a therapist, as a good therapist would, you definitely let me know that I was going to be okay. And
Yeah.
watching that game was tough because it's like this is a team you already beat by a ton, dominated, and then you come in and you look like you never played a game of football. So I was definitely down. Didn't throw any Jets gear on this week. Didn't watch any interviews. I was
Mm,
just anti-Jets, and it was just one of
Damn.
those low
mm.
moments where I
That's
was
how you
like,
know it hurts.
Yeah, hell
when,
yeah.
yeah, you got Zach Wilson that can win you 7 games, and we're struggling with Aaron Rodgers and this team to get 3 wins.
Mm.
Mm,
But
mm. Guys
yeah,
preaching.
yeah. But after the game, man, and during it, I was just like, wow, this has got so much potential, and if they keep it rolling, it has that 2016 feel for Rodgers when he talked about the relax and run the table and things like that. So the same situation they were in, and I'm not going to go into any details of what happened after that, but it was a pretty good outcome for them. So, I feel good now. I feel like I'm in a better place.
Mm.
Mathematically, they're still in it for
They're
sure.
in. They're right in it. I think they're 2 games out of the 7th seed. So we
Yeah,
got
we
a
still got
pretty.
half the season left.
Yeah, I mean, we have, and our
It's
next
nine
couple games.
games.
Yeah, we have the Cardinals, we have the Colts, we
Wow.
got a bye week, we got the Seahawks. Those are 3 games that you should win. So I mean, they could be 6-6 heading to back to MetLife to meet your Finns up there and see what happens then.
I can't wait till they play, to be honest, man. I
It's going to
love
be exciting.
That's
it's
gonna
one of
be a
my
fun
favorite
game.
jersey combos in the league, Jets and Dolphins.
Looks
It's
good.
just I love it.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be a fun game. Put it in the
Oh,
air
you know
fryer.
about pizza, right, bro, right? You know about pizza,
Goddamn,
right?
you goddamn right I do.
Mm.
Connecticut's got the best pizza in the country. It's a fact. It's proven.
For
Really?
real?
For real.
Better than in New York.
Better than New York. No
Why?
glaze.
Is
Look
it
it
the
up.
water?
You got it.
Huh? What do you say?
It's the water, man.
It's the water, bro.
Listen
It
to me.
is.
Go look at Dave Portnoy's like top 5 places, top 10 places. Like 4 of them are all in Connecticut.
Really?
It's just what we do. We don't have anything, but we got good food.
That's the thing. That's y'all thing.
Y'all got the Huskies. What are you talking
I
about?
mean, I understand. Okay, I'm talking like professional sports here. Talking,
But that's big there.
it's big. I
The
mean,
college, especially the women's.
it's in the middle of nowhere though, so like it's not easily accessible to go to games and stuff like that. But I mean, it is a big thing for us back home. Like that's because one of the few things we can hold on to is like.
I mean, of course, but like that's y'all won chips. Y'all won. You feel
I mean,
me?
it's like probably the greatest team to ever play a sport. 131 wins in a row is
It's ridiculous.
kind of crazy.
We seen that.
So, I mean, that's one thing we got going for us.
But I hear you though. I get what you're saying. So you got pizza. You got pizza. Pizza and the Huskies. That's what y'all got.
Pizza, Huskies, and
That's
me.
what's up.
That's it.
That's what's up.
White girls.
Yeah, true. Not my style though. But
Damn.
you know
I
me.
see.
I don't like the white.
You and Tyler. Here we go. We gotta switch. We gotta switch. But man, we really gotta, acknowledge the past to like understand the present. You know what I mean? So, at the worst of the Jets, like the worst runs, the worst years, what kept you coming back week to week?
Man, it's a big question right there. It just goes to my my thoughts on life, man. You just can't give up. Like Roger says, man, it's always darkest before the dawn, and it's
Mm.
always going to get better, even if it doesn't seem like it. And it's just a lifelong thing. I know if you're a real athlete or sports fan, you just get it. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
ride or
just the
die.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the Dolphins go 0-18 and you'll still watch every single game.
Straight up.
I remember Tyler thugging it out that one year. We had like what, one win,
Yeah.
2 wins.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen those seasons before, and it's just like,
I was like 14, 15.
it's just in your blood, man. You just can't give up on it.
Yeah. It's deeper than the team.
It's deeper than life, man. This is it. This is all we got.
Respect.
That was such a good answer, straight up. Have you thought about setting up healthy boundaries with the Jets?
I the thought comes across my mind and then leaves right away. I wish I
Yes.
could, man. I wish I could. I mean, I'll watch a game and then I'll watch the interviews right after. I'll listen to, the interviews the following week. I'll watch the practices. I'll get the practice info, and I'm just like, I gotta
God
stop. This is
damn.
not good, man. I feel like I'm an addict of some sort. Like I'm like an addict for pain. I just keep letting it. I just let it. It's just that little cycle of little hope. We're back, and it's like we lost, and we just kind of continue that cycle. But you know, we're still here. I'm not going anywhere, man. I thought about the boundary thing, and I tried it this week, but I just couldn't keep myself from watching Devontae this morning on Kay and Adams, talking about running the table and things like that. It got me fired up again, man.
Man, that's crazy. I feel like, some females might have shared that same question with you. Might have asked that same thing once or twice.
That's
That's interesting.
yeah, man. Next question.
Um, what would you say to someone, maybe like a young pup, maybe like a protege of yours, someone that wanted to become a Jets fan? What would you say to that person?
It's going to build you strong character that you can hold on to for the rest of your life. And you know what? You'll be disappointed, but you won't be surprised. And that's what I
Wow.
use I use that at work and life. You can't have high hopes because then you just get torn down. So if you just think right
Mm,
down here, you might not have a problem. But I think it builds character, it builds discipline, and it builds a love for the game that not many people have.
you'll be disappointed, but you won't be surprised.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's good. That's good. That's good.
You use that in life, man. Write that
Right.
one down.
This is okay.
Appreciate it.
Well, that having said that, leading me into the next question, was there ever a time where you didn't feel let down by them?
Short answer, no. I always feel
That's
that down.
okay.
And like unless they're holding up that trophy in February, I'm gonna be let down. If I think the team sucks, I'm still gonna think and I'm still gonna talk my shit like they're a Super Bowl contender. And then vice versa, when they are a Super Bowl contender, I'm still gonna talk my shit. But until I see it in my lifetime where I see somebody in jet green with the Lombardi trophy like this, and I'm at that game because I will be there, I'm still gonna be let down.
That's your standard.
That's my
You're just Super Bowl every year or
that's
but
it,
or
bro.
nothing.
See, I
Second,
think you
hey
gotta.
man,
That's
second.
extreme though, fam.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
we know
fam. I think you
football.
gotta cut it back. AFC Championship. Like, let's just cut it back one
I mean,
layer.
that's the ultimate goal, but second place is the first loser in my opinion. So
Okay. I
it's
mean,
just
all right, for
for us,
sure.
I can say as Fins fans and Jets fans, right now we just got to see a playoff win. Like that's a win
Yeah.
for me.
That's
But
what I told Tyler. That's all I
Yeah.
need to
you
be
just got to get
satisfied.
one. Let's get one and let's build on next year. I get the mindset, but I've never been an athlete to go in and be like, hey man, hopefully finish fourth this year. Never been that way.
Right, but we also you have to have be realistic also.
True.
You follow the Jets just like I follow the Dolphins.
Yep.
Everyday practice shit, you're trying to hear their interviews. You're trying to hear what the coach said 2 weeks ago about nothing, right? It's
Yep.
just dumb shit. But you know the team better than most people, so you should be able to see that. But that's why we're here right now, is because
Yeah.
our teams are different off the field. Your team is everybody's there.
Yeah.
Everybody's there.
Everybody's there.
Let me
Everybody's there.
ask you, so did your dad see like Joe Namath? He got a chance to see them like win a championship?
I mean, he was a younger guy at that point.
Okay.
But I mean, he got I think that those teams after Namath were probably pretty comparable to how bad we were like the last time that I've watched, like the last 20 years of my life compared to like the last 20 years of his life was probably about the same
Wow.
shittiness. So yeah, I think we're just, that's just how it goes. It just passes on that family trauma.
It was like a curse having to do with him, isn't it?
I mean, supposedly he sold his soul and this whole thing in 68. And,
Sounds legit.
There we
I
go.
mean, nowadays, like, yeah, you know what? He might have, because none of this shit happens to anybody else but my team. And it's always the weirdest stuff. It's always the
Yeah, it's
freak
yeah.
things. It is what it is, though.
It's always something funky.
It's all right.
Sleep is very important in life. Um, I would recommend as a doctor everyone to get 8 hours of sleep, if not 6, and then just to survive 4. But anything less than that, you're crashing out. Um, how have the Jets affected your sleep quality?
Oh
Um,
man.
let's say after watching a game, you got to get ready for bed, you got work on Monday. Is that ever an issue?
Yeah, man. I think it goes either way too. Like if they have a big win, I'm gonna be super fired up. I'm gonna make sure I kind of stay on Twitter a little bit longer to see the secondary interviews and stuff like that, and just kind of
Trying to
go
enjoy
over
it
the try to get the highlights already, kind of review some of the
You
highlights.
keep going
for
back
sure.
like to the 13-yard
I'm like,
reception.
dude, fucking Tay ran that
Look at the
fucking
route.
smoke route he
Dude, that
ran.
route was sick, bro.
Dude,
What
if
the
I was
hell?
out there, I would have hit him on the hitch instead. But and then vice versa. It's like if they get like blown out or they lose a game, whatever, it's just like you just sit there and be like, why do I do this? Why do I watch this team? I hate you rip your jersey off, you throw it in the closet, you take the hat off, you put it up, and you
Hmm.
just try not to think about it. But then it's like, I gotta get on, I gotta know what Saw said about that play. I gotta go see what Rodgers is talking about, maybe saying something crazy about his coach. So I would say I probably don't sleep as well on Sunday nights, but this Thursday night was good. I got a good amount of sleep.
Got a
I was
good rest.
happy. I was satisfied.
Touche. Talking about satisfaction, what would closure for this season look like for you? What would you be excited going into next year? How the season would pan out?
I mean, I would love to obviously like we talked about, I would love to get to the big game, but with seeing how some of these other teams are playing, I don't think that we're going to go into Detroit and beat them. You know what I mean? So I would like to get a playoff win, kind of give Rodgers a little bit of taste of that, like a little bit of success. I mean, he's got a ton of success already, obviously, but with a new team, his first full year playing, he's got his boy back. He'll probably sign back again and then kind of see what the offseason looks like. I think that if we get a playoff win, I think we all kind of know Rodgers. He's not going to be satisfied with that. So he's going to be like, fuck this. I want to come back and really show them what's up. So I'd just like to end with a playoff win, man. Just one. Just
I
one.
think I think just making it to the playoffs or having a chance to make the playoffs would be a pretty successful season just based on how it started.
Yeah. I would agree with that statement.
On a good day, uh what words do you use to describe this team?
Stoic, you know, majestic,
Mm,
phenomenal.
I love that.
mm.
I love
Those
that.
are like I'm looking at like these guys on the sidelines with their stoic faces and ready to take on the world and just kind of leaving the field and excited and that's it right there. I think that kind of encapsulates all the words I have for those boys.
There is some magical elements to the Jets. Some players do have a little bit of magic to them.
Sure do.
I do see that.
So on a bad day, not to get too dark,
Oof.
same question. How do you describe this team?
Embarrassed,
Mm,
sad,
mm,
let down,
Mm.
mm.
just just not good, man.
Just not
I
good.
I'm just trying to keep it somewhat family friendly. I know you got some kids out there, so I'm trying to keep it, but just shitty.
Mm.
That's
Whoa.
sorry.
What?
I know you got a couple kids, Tyler. I'm sorry. They can't listen to this part of it.
This is a
It's
this
terrible.
this is terrible. This is a
It's
no
terrible.
cursing podcast.
Oh
Nah,
no.
you're good. We've been canceled a long time ago. Um, okay, man. We talked about closure, we talked about looking things in the rear view. Have you learned to forgive Robert Saleh?
Yeah, I think that there has to be a scapegoat. Somebody has to fall on their sword. It's got to be somebody. You knew it wasn't good. They're not going to bench Rodgers. They're not going to fire the GM. Woody's not selling the team. The OC's going to stick around. That's Rodgers' boy. They
Mm,
demoted him. He's not even the guy's not on the field anymore.
really?
Mm,
He's
I
up in the
didn't know
booth
that.
just hanging
Hackett?
out. Yeah, Hackett's just up there hanging out. And if you kind of watch some of the games, we look way better on offense, way more motion, way more
Way
uh
more modern. Way more
way
modern.
exactly. I wish it was like the Dolphins offense with how much they move around, but it's a sliver of what they got going on.
It was too
And
old. The one what I was telling Dixon is like the
oh,
offense was so old. It was like 2010s, early 2010s offense.
I formation, halfback blast
Yeah.
up the A gap on first and second down. It's like, what are we doing? Let's try something different. But yeah, no, I mean, you look at Sal, I think he's a great coach. He's a player's coach. Guys love him. They said that he struggled. There might have been a struggle with accountability in the at one Jets drive, but he's already with the Packers. He's an offensive. What is he?
He
Forgot what
got
he
some
was.
weird ass title.
He's like a assistant, but not. He's some type of something over there.
Friend
Homeboy.
of assistant's friend.
Yeah, because LaFleur is like, they're best friends, so you would figure.
Shanahan tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Shanahan and dogs.
Okay. Final question to wrap all this up. One more person that we have to speak about. Did you learn to forgive Zach Wilson?
Hmm.
You know what? I I I was a big Zach truther for a little while, and I thought that just he was one of those
Interesting.
guys.
Interesting. That's alarming. All right.
So was
I
I. Hey, so was I. I'm there with you.
I know
Yeah.
you were there with me. We
Now it
had
makes
that
sense. Now I'm
conversation.
connecting dots.
So I always thought like, okay, you look at guys like Sam Darnold right now, was a Jets guy for a while, same kind of thing, never had an offensive line. The offense wasn't great. Coach was kind of crazy. We had a couple switches. Now he's in Minnesota, and the guy looks like, top five MVP candidate right now.
Pro bowler for sure.
Winning games, looks good, making the right decisions. I mean, obviously a little different for Zach. He's the third string. He's not even playing. He probably won't play. I just think
Hopefully not.
he made a lot of good decisions but had a lot more wrong decisions. But I do forgive Zach. It wasn't all his fault. I'll stand on that hill.
I
Right.
love to see that. I love the closure.
Yep. It's
But
growth.
hey,
That's what that is, Dixon. That's
fellow
growth.
MILF hunter too.
Yeah, trying to be like him.